Good morning, everyone. And now I will introduce the contest issues. So first, let's get some general introduction information. Before the contest, let's review some official maps that are published by SuperMap. The first one is the average uh, sea surface temperature that you can see. It presents the global sea surface temperature using it's a cartographic map. It shows a different temperature scale with different color, and the color style is very beautiful. And this one, the second one, is a digital line graphic in East Austin. This map presents the roads and the rivers and some land use in of the whole Austin cities. And also the color, you can see where is the main road and where the river clearly. Also, it had full of map elements. And this one is a flash flood map of the America. And you could notice that this map has several parts. It can include all the territory of USA. So in pay attention that in your map, so you should your country map should include all the territories. Otherwise, you need to indicate which area that you are showing. Also, this is a tornado map of the USA. It shows the magnitudes using different color. And also it adds some charts to explain and some parameters with map. So why we have viewed some beautiful maps that's to innovate the students to present more beautiful maps. We hosted the 18th SuperMap GIS Contest. SuperMap GIS Contest has been is the first GIS contest in China, and this slogan of the 18th SuperMap GIS Contest is to create unified world with GIS. We want to provide a innovative, fair, and authoritative stage for the students from all over the world that could inspire you to learn the GIS knowledge and strengthen your application skills like programming or debugging, and also can lay a solid foundation for your future employment development. And also, through the GIS contest, we could contribute the future, future of GIS industry. So how can you join the GIS contest? First, you need to register your information in our website. So first you need to go to our contest website. And before that, you can have your groups. You can have your group member. The group can be one person, but it's up to 4 persons. And you could have one or two instructors that can help you during the test. So when you go to the website, you go to the register button and fill the information that's needed for registration and submitted your information. So after your registration, your information will be sent to the business manager, which in charge of the business in your country, and the business manager will help you and provide the help all the way during the test. And you also will get some important information about the test. from the business manager. And if also you have any questions that about the contest, you can just contact the business manager directly. And so what you could get from the GIS contest? Uh, of course, from the contest, you can build, you can get more GIS knowledge from the contest, and you can be familiar with GIS software, SuperMap, because SuperMap has been the top 3 GIS software in the world. Except this, besides these skills, you could get the certificate from SuperMap uh, once you have submitted your works as required. And also for brilliant works, we could provide intern or job opportunities for those good students with very brilliant works. And if you are from the development group and your work can compete with the whole world participants, then you could have the chance to Beijing for defense. And one more thing that each group will have the first, second, and third prize, and every prize will get some cash bonus. So what's the detailed schedule of the 18th GIS contest? So we have started the registration in March and will last in July. It will end. The registration will close in July, and we also will provide the training from April to July, online training or technical support group. Also, you should prepare your works from now to August, because the submission and the submission is in the end of August, and the defense will start after your submissions. And our participants many from 50 countries, 50 plus countries, and we will provide technical support always during the contest schedule. So next is the group introduction. First, we have 4 groups that you can check in our official website. The first is cartography, and it's which focus on the geovisualization of spatial data. You should use the SuperMap iDesktop software, iDesktop or iDesktop X, to configure one or multiple maps. They should based on diverse data source, and you should process the data and do the mapping work in SuperMap. SuperMap software, and create many thematic maps with characteristic of style. And the second group is application analysis, which focus on problem solving. And you need to analyze spatial data with GIS tools to meet the real needs of the industry and some real life that's close to life. And the third one is a development group, which can improve your skills in with the integration IT and GIS. You should build a GIS application system, and of course the system must be designed and developed by SuperMap software. You also can combine some mainstream IT technology like UI, like mobile or big data, to represent more GIS value in different fields. So that's the a group is a paper group. And of course it can review your academic research skill Of course, then the paper is required to be written for academic research or the technical application based on SuperMap products. Let's take a detailed look of for each group. The first one is a cartographic group. The general requirements of the group introduction. That's cartographic group is that you have to configure one or multiple maps, but it's better to submit multiple map data sets because it can show your ideas and show more stories and more your brilliant skills. And the topic is free to select. And the work should be full of profession and attractiveness, that you should be beautiful, but the style should be reasonable. And your map data should be smooth display because you need to submit your original data. If your data has a lot of duplication, then that's not good work. So what is a good work? Let's review some works from previous work. This one is a Cirebon City accessibility map. It's from the Indonesian students, and you could see the map. It had full of elements like legend, arrow, and also the color style is fresh, is clear. And this one is also from the same students, same group. It also presents the flood hazard map. Also presents the hazard distribution in Indonesia. And this one is another thematic map of the identified public facilities surroundings. Use buffer analysis. So this one, the theme of this work is about Indonesian cities development, and here are two works from African students. One is about land sites and for the construction of the waste recycling warehouse in Douala. And here is a map of the urban road network in Cameroon. So we have now I would like to show you some good works from the Chinese group. Yeah. The theme of this work is about the seasons. It shows the beautiful you can see it can show you how to enjoy flowers in spring and play the waters in summer and found more colors and activities in autumn and how to play snow in winter. So in each season, it is divided into districts and province, different cities from the spatial level. Although there are many contents, but they are close to one theme. And this one is the Chinese population in 2010. And it shows this work took the migration population generated the current household registration system in China. And you could see this work has a full of analyze the population from different factors. The first one is the population distributed and influence factor, like it can be influenced by the terrain or by the rainfall or by the temperature. Also, it shows the sex ratio and the age structure of the population and the population nature change and the distribution of the minorities. and the education structure of the population. And this is interprofessional migration. Use the OD map to show the immigration and emigration. The next one is from 2017. It's a T map. This work clearly combines the GIS with T culture. The big aspect shows the different T culture in China's. There are four major T areas. The distribution of the from the different cities, from Hangzhou, Chongqing, Fujian, and also shows how the temperature and the different culture in different tea areas. And also showed a map if you want to visit some tea mountain, and it can help you to plan your tourist route. And this one is about Yunnan province. This work comprehensively and vividly depicts the Yunnan province from many aspects, like the administry and customer tourism, agriculture, industry, and the regional planning. It also displays the four poverty areas and counties. Also, then it also showed the development of the represent areas in poverty area. The topic of the selection is very practical. The practical and the content is very rich. This one is about Ebola map. This work reflects the situation of the transmission area and the factors of Ebola virus in Africa in the form of map. So I know now everyone stays at home because of the COVID-19. I hope this map could give you some ideas about your presentation of the COVID-19. So about your submission, here are some strict requirements about your work. It's also for other groups. First, your work must be original and conform to open source rules, and the copyright always belong to the original author. And but in the meantime, the contest committee have the right to make it public. And all the participants, you are responsible for the copyright. If the works includes any reference or code, please indicate at the end of the reports. Otherwise, we will cancel the awards and withdraw the bonus. And what you could do, use a cartography map, or what software you could use for cartography map, cartography group, of course, at desktop and at desktop X10i. But we also have the rules for the version number. Version number, it must be the latest, at least 10i. Yeah. And here is the data requirements for cartography group. So your data could come from the multi-source. You could get the data from internet or from some authorities, and your data must be legal. Please ensure the legitimacy of the data source and the right to using the data. And most important is a policy that your map content should conform to the relevant policies and the laws of each country, like I mentioned. I mentioned in the USA map, you should include all the territory of each country. And here is our judging criteria. So the first one, your data should have no topology errors, and you should correct use of data source and workspace with correct coordinate system, and using the correct scales for the map. And your map, for your map, you should notice that the symbols, point symbol, line symbol, field symbol, or other resources should be selected properly, and the thematic projection should be beautiful. After that, you are not only need to submit the map or data, you are also required to submit a document to describe your work, and you also should have record a video about 10 to 20 minutes to explain your works and highlight the uh, good works points. Of course, here are some bonus. If you can use SuperMap iDesktop X and deploy it on the Linux system to display your work, then you will get 10 points bonus. For submission, what you should submit for your work. Of course, original data and the processing data related to your submission, to your whole work, and the data description. It's a document in PDF format, includes the introduction of your data and your result data. And of course, you have to submit all the maps you created, and you can submit it in PNG, JPEG, or slides. And please provide some attractive screenshots in your report or in your data description. Yeah, so that's all for the cartography map. And next is another application analysis group. What skills will be required for the application analysis group? Of course, GIS knowledge and GIS analysis methods, data processing, cartography skills, software development, documentation, and video recording. So here are some of the analysis that SuperMap could provide. And let's say the basic 2D network or 3D network analysis and buffer analysis, overlay, interpolation, slope analysis. But we also have rich 3D analysis tools like the 3D buffer analysis, sightline analysis, view shade, profile, sunlight, and skyline analysis that's widely used in urban planning area. And this one is one application case. It's an analysis of a temporal and spatial distribution of the sea temperature by using the sea temperature, the spatial. Oh, sorry. Huh? Sorry. Sorry for the distribution. And using the spatial interpolation methods, the temperature and the spatial distribution of sea temperature area is analyzed, and the thematic map of sea surface temperature is obtained. You could see that the sea temperature increased from the northwest to the southeast, which also consistent with the interpolation point. So we will do the interpolation for the original sea surface temperature, but after that you have to refine the interpolation data to extract the wrong results. Then you can do the interpolation analysis. Yeah, then you will get the result with good quality. And this is a 3D cases. Is to in this case you can calculate every household sunshine and sunshine rate, and you can highlight the households which whose sunshine duration cannot meet the requirements. And here is a reference work. It's and it's also very practical work analysis of the distribution part of the medical facilities in Wuhan based on flow model. Everybody knows that Wuhan is the first outbreak city of COVID-19. So this medical facility analysis is so important for healthcare and for normal people. So analysis of the medical facilities focus on three main issues. That is the distribution of the medical facilities reasonable, and if there a medical facility nearby if we get sick, and how long does it take to get to the medical facility? Yeah. So the facility analysis have focus on three main factors. That is, first one is spatial distribution and the service scope, and that's the accessibility. So based on these factors, this work creates the following map. First is this density distribution of the medical facilities along the road and the density of the medical facilities to explain the spatial distribution of the medical facilities of the city. And you could see that some the medical cities are usually concentrated on the city center. And here is about the service scope, and you could say service scope of Macedonia scarcity of the medical facilities. And we could see that usually the urban area have the more possibility to access these medical facilities, but for rural area, there seems to have the higher scarcity of medical facilities. This map showed how long it will take to nearby medical facilities. Usually we can see like say the different color means a different time scale. And so for the areas that are far away from the city center, they will cost more time to the hospital or clinic. So what's the judging criteria for application analysis group? First, the most important is your idea and the process. Your idea must meet the needs in real work and life, and it can solve some problems, and the idea should be very clear. And the process, the data processing, you should combine both spatial data and also attribute data, some business data. And of course, the map configuration should be artistic, and of course, you should select proper analysis functions for a different problem, because if you select a wrong analysis, your result is not so scientific. And then you also, as the same as the cartographic group, you also need to submit the analysis report. Should clearly describe your works and have a demonstration videos to explain your works, but the video just more than 15 minutes. No, couldn't. And the next group is a development group. First, let's take some. This one is the first prize of the development group in last year, and this group defends in Beijing and got a very high prize. This is called AI News SuperMap. It can map emotion online. This work combines AI and NLP, natural language processing, with SuperMap. They use the SuperMap iClient 10i iClient JavaScript 10i as a basic GIS library, and also use the Python to scratch the data from online. And this application can monitor the people public opinion, and you also can see this system have the very rich content. You can see it have a cool interface, and they could visualize the news, use heat map from in different area, and create a dashboard to explain the news of the social media, and also shows the locations of the different news happen. And you can see the technology that they are used is very scientific. They use the PostgreSQL as a basic database and use Python for data scratch, and use Ali Cloud and Apache and Tomcat as a server. And also the development frame is Java, and also they also used the AMAP as the basic map library, and for some visualizations, they use eCharts and use SuperMap as the basic GIS libraries. And here also some interface of their work. And the next one is a tourist monitoring system. This work combines the mobile GIS and web GIS. They create a monitoring system, web monitoring system, to monitor the tourist sites of the world of China, and also can monitor the cars and the tourist team schedule and some statistics analysis. And for this, for mobile application that could be used for normal tourists, it can upload their location, and if they are out of the safe area, we can give them an alert. We can give them an alert according to a geofence. And here is the evacuation lot folder from Indonesian participants. Then you could find the parking lot and evacuation lot. Use this system in one shopping mall. So what's the general requirements for development group? First, you have to ensure that your code is totally original, and confirm the integrity and the validity of verification of your code. And your work must be pass the code duplication check, unless it cannot be entered the reviewing page. And the third one is important. Other groups, they should be original and conform to open source rules and indicate the reference or quotation. For development group, what softwares you could use, and here are some the softwares that you could use. Use iServer for your data server, iClient JavaScript for your WebGIS library, and iClient 3D for WebGL. It can be used for your 3D GIS library and SuperMap Online. And if you want to build a CS client-side application, you could use SuperMap iObjects .NET and the SuperMap iObjects Java. And you also can create mobile application, use our SuperMap iMobile for Android and for iOS. And of course, you have the data processing will be involved during the development works. You could use SuperMap iDesktop and iDesktop X to process your data. And then this is a judging criteria for development group. And for like say your system design, like say you have to meet your design scheme should be advanced and have a reasonable overall design or detailed design, have a complete system functions and can using the current mainstream IT technology and GIS technology. Then your topic should be close to the industry development, or you could have provide some new idea in traditional fields. Uh, then for your system development, your data, of course, your code structure should be clear and your function model should work correctly and the data content should be rich and the display should be beautiful. And the most important and another important issue is that the user experience should be user friendly, have friendly interface and optimize the performance of the map or scene. And of course, you have to submit the video and the description documents for display your own system. And here are some bonus that you could get. If if you submit a mobile application, you will get two more bonus, 2 points bonus, and and also that if you could your work include two or more works in a web application system or other uh, application system, other terminals, PC terminal or mobile terminal, you will get 6 points. And here are some different requirements for submissions. So your submission should be deployed on Kunpeng Cloud Server. It's a Huawei server, and we will provide the server for your deployment. So you have to confirm that your work can work correctly in server. And for mobile application, you should provide the download links and your submissions, your data and your project should be coordinates with the level and the name of the folder. As in this naming rule, your submissions should be following as requirement. And here's submit requirements for your code and data. So you should submit the source code, your data and the installation file, and some documents about your system instruction, or description of data, system design, and there's some screenshots, display video, and the third-party plugin. If you use any of support plugin, you also need to submit a sort of the plugin package and the description document. Then here we have the last group, paper group. The paper is required to be written for academic research or technical application based on SuperMap products. There are 4 and 5 directions that you could follow. That GIS application case or industry solution and the SuperMap development skills and experience, 2D and 3D application, GIS industry trend, and the big data and AI in GIS. Here is a reference work from Cameron's. It shows hydrologic modeling use SuperMap iDesktop for the Banca subvision, and yeah, you could follow this if you want this, or we could share to you. And for the content of the paper group, the content should be scientific, practical, and innovative. Of course, your papers should be based on SuperMap technology. The words it's in 2000 to 4000, and the students should be the first author. And this is a judging criteria for paper group. So as a topic, you should hot topic that's related to GIS fields or other industry, and the scientific or your work should be should show some value for the science or innovations, and the difficulty your paper can show some difficult or challenging, and if your work is a published work, and if can meet any can published in some journal, you can get different bonus. Of course, the most important is the quality and the specification. You can also submit the unpublished articles, but the quality should meet the requirements. Yeah, these 4 submissions. If your paper has been officially published in an academic journal, so you have to submit a copy of the academic publication, and the paper must be published not earlier than in 2019. And of course, your work don't if haven't been published, then you also can submit it. So what you need to submit, you submit the papers in PDF format and submit the self-evaluation document of the work by the instructor. And you also need to submit origin data, and the related data during the processing, and the data description. And you have to submit all the required files in zip format. So we have got to know all the requirements about for different groups. How can we learn SuperMap technology? First, you can get a lot of learning materials from SuperMap website, and you can download and get online help in our official website. And we also uploaded a lot of videos, training videos in YouTube, and you can check in our SuperMap GIS channel. And we will upload, and we have uploaded some training materials in Google Drive. Then I think some of you already get a link from the business manager. Of course, and we have our online training during the test. Here's the first schedule for the first round of training. That we are doing the introduction module, and in the future we will do the SuperMap software's introduction and some focus on 2D and 3D analysis tools. Also have the specific training for development. And for technical support, I'm Amber, and I and Jeffrey are the technical support engineer. And here our email address. If you have any technical questions, you can forward it to us. And we also create WhatsApp groups for different country, and you can contact the business manager to join the WhatsApp group. Then you can put all your questions in this WhatsApp group. So the next one is how to submit your file. We have to, there are lots of submission requirements, and you can upload your work to Google Drive or WeTransfer or other cloud disk, but please package all the file and the data in a compressed package file in zip file format. And yeah, that's an other requirements. So that's all for the contest introduction. Thank you. Then here is question over.